Hey guys, what's up? My name is Jay and welcome back to another 1.14 Minecraft tutorial. Last week I showed you how to make my iron farm design, and this week I'm going to show you how to breed some villagers so that you can fill that iron farm or even create a trading hall. So if you're going to create a trading hall, you don't really need an infinite village breeder, so I'll show you how to make a village breeder that will breed up to 4 extra villagers, and also I'll show you how to make that same design infinite. So let's have a look at what I've got going on over here. So essentially, as the usual designs, I've got 2 villagers in here and I've just got a trapdoor there so that the food doesn't fall through. I've got 6 beds, so that will allow for 4 other villagers. If we only had 2 beds, then no villagers would be able to spawn. 3 beds, you'd have 1 spawning, and then so on and so forth. So this will allow for up to 6 villagers in one space. What I've got going on the top here is just a chest full of carrots, a dropper and a hopper feeding that dropper as well, and then just a redstone torch burnout circuit here, which is updated with this daylight sensor. That spits out a few carrots, and yeah, you don't really need to build this design. You could also just build it with a etho hopper clock if you did want to, and that would probably make it a lot more efficient because, as you can see, a lot of carrots just get stuck there. If you do build this though, you can have some minecart hoppers refilling this chest and then refilling the whole system as well from maybe a carrot farm or potato farm that you have going on as well. It does take a little while for the villagers to fill up with food and become willing to breed. You can speed this up by dumping a whole bunch of food into the chamber there, but once they do become willing, you'll see a whole bunch of love hearts and a little baby villager will pop out just like that. And just to demonstrate what I mean by not needing an infinite village breeder, if we put this lectern down here, you'll see that he changes into a librarian, and he's got a bookshelf trade and a paper trade. If we make him unemployed again, and then a few seconds later put down the lectern again, turns back into a librarian. Now he's got sharpness 4 and another bookshelf trade. So you can sort of keep doing this until you get a trade that you like, and you can do this with any of the professions obviously. So you can do it with like the blacksmith, the farmer, pretty much anything. And the only catch is if you actually do a trade with them, then you will lock them into that series of trades. So you can only do this if you don't actually trade with them. Alright, so jumping into the tutorial, what you'll need to build this is some iron bars, some blocks. I'm going to use white stained glass, a trapdoor and some beds. And if you want to build the food dispensing system, you'll need a dropper, a hopper, a chest, a redstone dust, redstone torch, redstone repeater, some blocks that will transmit redstone through them, and a daylight detector. The breeder itself is actually quite simple. You just want to place an iron bar there, a temporary block there, and blocks all around that temporary block. Like so. Just punch out that one there now, and you want to come up one more level as well. Next you can punch out that block there now. Next you want to place in your spruce trapdoor underneath on the top block so that the trapdoor opens up that way, and then just place your villagers inside. And then all you need to do is place some beds along the side like this. You can choose how many beds you like. If you're going to go with the infinite style, you only really need 3 beds up here. But I'm just going to go with 6 just because I think it looks a little bit more symmetrical, and I would probably be okay with just the 4 villagers. Alright, so that's essentially your villager breeder done. Now you just need to figure out a way to get the food at the top. You can do that by water streams, or just walk to the top of the breeder and chuck some food in, or you can have the dispenser system. So I'll show you how to build that next. Alright, so the dispenser system is quite basic as well. You just want to place some helper blocks like this. Place your dropper facing down into the villagers, and that's it, and just leave this bottom block right here. Then you just want to come up and 1 down, destroy that block, place a torch there, repeat it into the dropper, and a redstone dust there, and then the redstone circuit will run and burn out. Then you just want to place a daylight sensor either underneath it or beside it so that it updates this torch and the clock runs again. Next you just want to place a hopper on the top of the dropper and a chest on there, and that's where you fill up your food source. So that is your villager breeder done. If you are building the dispenser system here, you may want to place a block on the top of there, and once you've got your food loaded into the chest, it will start to drop down onto the villagers like so. You can see the carrots being passed around there, and then they will start to breed. And if you do want to make this infinite, all you need to do is transport the villagers that drop out of here 64 blocks away. That can be up, down, north, west, east, south, doesn't matter. So long as they're 64 blocks away, they won't recognize these beds anymore. They won't claim a bed, and the villagers will keep breeding because the village does not have enough villagers for the beds. And with that, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you find this villager breeder useful, and I hope it brings you plenty of iron if you're using it in your iron farms. There will be a world download available for this world, so you can check out the villager breeder as I've built it. And as always, guys, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like rating, comment with your suggestions below, and subscribe so you don't miss out on any future content. Anyway, guys, I'll see you in the next one.